We can start with our next paper 3 experiment theme, but today we learn about the topic heat, the question about the heat and electricity again. So let's see the first question here. Diagram 3.1 shows a worker pushing down on the piston of a clogged bicycle pump. Okay. Diagram 3.2 shows the same worker finding it harder. So harder to push the piston further down. Okay. So there is the two pictures. So first step we need to define manipulated variable MV. So the manipulated variable is volume of gas. RV is pressure of gas. Okay, so that is the variables that we needed, that we observed from the pictures. So basically the pictures has a larger volume here and then smaller volume. Larger volume, smaller volume, but the question said that harder. So harder in terms of pressure. Okay, so this is basically Boyle's law. Okay, so let's answer all of these questions here. Make sure that you can write it in table here in form of a very neat and clear. So the inference is pressure of gas depends on the volume of gas or the volume of container, also acceptable. The hypothesis: the higher the volume of gas, the lower the pressure of gas. Okay, so before we look at the aim of the experiment, let's see what's the question 1 first. Okay, we done A and B. Now let's see C. With the use of apparatus such as Gordon gauge and other apparatus. Okay, so we need at least 5 functional apparatus. Describe an experiment to investigate the hypothesis. So the question just give a hint about the Gordon gauge. So we need to add more, but we already know that it's Boyle's law experiment. So for the aim of the experiment, to investigate the relationship between the volume of gas and pressure of gas. So for the variables of the experiment, make sure that you write in full. Volume of gas. RV is pressure of gas. So CV for the CV here is actually temperature of gas. Okay, so basically if the experiment is related to gas law, you must have 3 properties of gas. But the order of the properties is different based on the laws. So for example, Charles' law, MV is actually temperature RV is actually volume and CV is pressure. And for pressure law, the MV is also temperature, but the RV is pressure. CV is volume. So make sure that you know which is the RV, MV, and CV for each gas law. So let's list out the apparatus and the materials needed for this experiment. First, we need to list the given apparatus, which is the bottom gauge. So next, we need a string, rubber tube, wooden block. Okay, let's see how many apparatus. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to add one more. At least one more. So let's think about probably weight, weight block, something like that, to push the string. So it has a lot of weight. So arrangement of the apparatus. Basically, we have string. Make sure that you draw it with a ruler. So the string has a scale here. And we have the bottom gauge. Labeling. Label each apparatus. Number string and weight. Okay. The weight block is actually to maintain the pressure or the volume of the string so that we can get uniform pressure value on the bottom gauge. So experimental procedure, like usual, you have first to set up the apparatus as shown on diagram. As shown on diagram. Number 2, we have to control the manipulated variable. So push the piston downwards by using the block for 50 centimeter cube. Okay, of volume. Number 3, we have to record in the RV. Record the border gauge reading. Border gauge reading for the pressure of number 4. Repeat the experiment for volume of thirty, 30, 20, at least 4 more data. At least 4 more data. And one more 10 centimeter cube of gas. Okay. Tabulation of data. Make sure you write it very neatly and using a ruler. Label the title, volume, centimeter cube, pressure, Pascal. So we have 5 data, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. So it doesn't matter how you want to arrange it, ascending or descending, doesn't matter. At least we list it 5 data. So for the analysis of data, make sure that you write it, the axis, draw the axis with a ruler like usual. Pressure, label the axis with unit, volume. Okay, so that's all for this question. So make sure that you do it properly and check bit by bit. Check that you done it correctly. Check that you put the unit, check that you have 5 data, and also the procedure and the apparatus. Okay, so you have to check it many times in order to get full mark. Yeah. Okay, let's see you guys in other question. Thank you.